She's got a choke. She's got a choke. She's got a choke. She has beaten Amanda Nunes. Julianna Peña is the UFC bantamweight champion.
Oh my goodness. That's the biggest upset in the history of the sport. Right there.
And you can be sure they will run it back.
Amanda Nunes, the most dominant woman in UFC history, has finally spoken, and she only needed 2 words to set the MMA world on fire. When ESPNW reposted Peña's historic upset at UFC 269 to hype her UFC 316 title fight against Kayla Harrison, Amanda jumped into the comments with a savage 2-word reply, "Old news, that's it." And yet that 2-word shot just reignited a war between 3 of the most talked about women in MMA history. Let's break down why this little emoji might signal Amanda Nunes' shocking return, who she really wants to fight, and why UFC 316 just got a whole lot more personal.
She's got a choke. She's got a choke.
She has beaten Amanda Nunes, the UFC bantamweight champion.
Oh, the biggest upset in the history.
December 2021, UFC 269. Julianna Peña did the unthinkable. She made Amanda Nunes tap out. Commentators like Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier were in shock. Michael Chiesa literally jumped over the fence to celebrate. Even Kayla Harrison, sitting cage side, looked stunned. That moment wasn't just a win. It derailed years of UFC matchmaking, including a possible Nunes versus Harrison super fight. Fast forward to now. With UFC 316 approaching and Peña facing Kayla Harrison, the UFC is recycling Peña's biggest moment for promotion. But Amanda, she's not impressed. Old news. That's all she said, and it blew up. Was it petty? Was it justified? Or was it a subtle warning that Amanda's ready to return? The timing is suspicious because just days earlier, Amanda Nunes was spotted front row at the UFC 316 press conference.
She's the greatest of all time. I was saying that when I started MMA, you know, when I was like this young idiot who did, I mean, that to me, that is the biggest compliment you can give someone. Like, I think you're the best in the world and I want to fight you. When people say that to me, I consider it a compliment. I don't consider it like disrespectful. So, you know, I know she's happily retired. And if that's the case, that's great. But if she wants to come back, I want to be the one to welcome her.
Let's not forget Amanda and Kayla were once close training partners at American Top Team. But then came the rumors Kayla wanted the Nunes fight. Amanda wasn't happy. Amanda left ATT and blamed Kayla for the tension. Then when Peña shocked the world, all talks of Nunes versus Harrison vanished. Kayla re-signed with the PFL. Amanda reclaimed her belt at UFC 277. But the damage was done, the friendship gone. The super fight on hold.
Kayla just got here to the scene. Anything to say about it?
You started your career in 2009. You're 10-5. I started in 2018 and I'm 17-1.
Yeah, it's easy to be 17-1 when you're fighting frickin' tomato cans.
Who have you fought?
What was that? Who have you?
Who gave her a mic?
Now, Peña, never one to keep quiet, has been accusing Kayla of steroid use. She says Harrison's too jacked, too strong, and not tested enough. I don't believe she's clean, Peña multiple times. For the record, Kayla has never failed a test. She's one of the most tested athletes in MMA and judo history. But this adds even more fuel to UFC 316. Because now, it's not just about the title. It's about proving who's legit. Amanda Nunes officially retired after beating Irene Aldana at UFC 289. She laid down both belts, walked away on top. But now she's showing up at UFC events, commenting on promotional material, and she's still the most mentioned name when it comes to Peña and Harrison. Here's what no one wants to admit. If Peña beats Kayla again, if the hype becomes too loud, Dana White will back up the Brinks truck and Nunes will come back.
Julianna was in here and she said that Raquel isn't a good representation of the women's bantamweight division because she doesn't promote. She's not doing the things that will bring eyeballs to the division. So do you agree with Julianna, or is she just kind of selling the fight, or where do you think her mind's there?
you know, everyone has their own personality. Everyone has their own way of doing things. Julianna, I don't think anyone likes to hear her talk. So maybe she should take a page out of Rocky's book and shut the fuck up. But yeah, I mean, I have nothing but respect for Rocky. You know, she's just a fighter. She didn't come over here to be famous or to talk shit, and she won a title. So she did it her way. Good for her.
Here's the bottom line. UFC 316 isn't just about the belt. If Peña wins, we're getting Peña versus Nunes 3. If Harrison wins, the UFC finally gets their Kayla versus Nunes super fight. Either way, Amanda Nunes wins because she holds the keys to both of their legacies. That old news comment. Yeah, that was shade. But it was also a power move. A reminder that even in retirement, the Lioness is still the queen of the jungle. Do you think Amanda Nunes will return to fight the winner of UFC 316? Was her comment just pettiness or a sign of a much bigger plan? Let me know in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for all the chaos coming to UFC 316 and beyond. Because if Peña pulls this off again, the Lioness might come hunting.